Good morning, everybody. It's July the 20th, 2017, and time to kick off another trading day with our usual disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Talk about a quiet night. And just absolutely nothing has gone on. We're dealing with a P. We had the Bank of Japan announcement, unchanged. And they extended their inflation targets to 2019 before they got to 2%. Their GDP numbers are 1.3 average over from 2017 through 2019, with 2019 coming in at plus 0.7%. So it's not a very rosy outlook. It's called stagflation with this kind of growth and 2% inflation, and that's what central bank policies almost always lead to. The ECB is expected to leave the unchanged, and then the commentary is split. It's about 50-50 that Draghi, when he picks up the mic at 8:30 Eastern, will be dovish or hawkish. So we don't know on that one. Draghi is capable of moving the euro 2 to 3 points if he's off message. So given the economic softening that we've seen in the United States, the extension of the Bank of Japan's, my guess is it'll lean a little dovish, but that remains to be seen. That's just my guess. Today's news is limited jobless claims, 246. That seems to be the default number right now. Philly Fed, plus 22. LEI, no one pays any attention to that because of the interest rate component, plus 0.4%. If we got back into a normal interest rate environment, they would pay attention to it. And then nat gas, plus 39 BCF. So the news focus will be the ECB and Philly Fed and the direction of the E-mini. The E-mini stopped at 24.74 overnight, and we've been talking about 24.75 ever since we took out 24.50. Then we get to 24.75. We're going to 2,500. I mean, it's just close enough that we got to get there, just off the momentum that we have behind us. So resistance starts at 2. 2 to 6 is where resistance is. I had a 1 to 5 sell this morning. We'll make it 3 to 7. Then 11 to 15 for sell 2. On the buy side, 25, 29 buy 1. 17 to 21 buy 2. I saw 107 degrees on my car thermostat out driving yesterday, with a dew point in the low 60s, so the humidity remains very, very high for those kind of temperatures. Definitely summer right here, and we're supposed to have our peak temperature for this go around this Saturday, where we're projected to have a 103 high for the day. We'll see if we get it. Looking at the 30-year. Trying to trade higher right here. That suggests that the E-mini might sell a little bit. So we'll make 4 to 8 number 1, 11 to 15 sell 1, 19 to 23 sell 2. On the buy side, 24 to 28 number 1, 17.21 buy 1, and then 5 to 9 buy 2. Gold was off a bit overnight. And we've got this break in the market right here at 35. And the best break in the market's down at 25. So got an attractor at 34. So we'll make 33.35 by 1. And 29.31 by 2. On the sell side, 38 to 40 sell 1, and then 43.45 sell 2. The EU European Central Bank's announcement that policy is supposed to be unchanged, but when Draghi picks up the mic, things could really start to move in the euro. Draghi's moved the market 3 points on some days. I don't think he can do that today, but right now, if the market's saying that they expect his comments to be dovish, they're selling. So if they were hawkish, the market would be up because he's going to be raising interest rates by the euro. So right now the market's saying look for a dovish. So we'll make 115 even. Big news. 14.75 for buy 2. On the sell side, 15.50 sell 1. 15.75 sell 2. Got to give it a little room. So we'll see what happens. The mic is in Mr. Draghi's hands right now. Crude oil. If you're a fundamentalist and you're reading the articles, all you see is more supply coming onto the market. Sell crude oil. Price action. When you look at Nigeria, Iraq, Russia said they're not cutting anymore. Iraq says they'll probably exceed theirs. We know Iran cheats all the time. Nigeria says they'll pump more. So probably the big question mark is Venezuela, the loss of Venezuelan production. And they might be the country that takes up the swing capacity on this go-around. So Saudi Arabia and Qatar, Kuwait, the Gulf states, not so much Qatar, their natural gas more so than crude oil, is where the world looks for cuts to come, but it might actually be Venezuela. As you can see right here, volume held, volume moves higher, and volume is higher right here. So the market is trading higher today. The August contract rolls off the board. So the dynamic is the hedging community, ETF community, option market makers are buying back August contracts and selling September, and that tends to favor higher prices. So we'll point it up right now, 47 and 75, 48, sell one. Got to get there. May not get there. Then 48 and a quarter, 48.50, sell two. 3 or 4 weeks ago, Citi came out and said we're headed to $50, and so far Citi's Prague has been pretty good. 47 and a quarter, 47 even by one. 46.50, 46.75 by two. So crude still looks higher. Okay, the E-mini, we hit 74 overnight. The press says it's the 10th day in a row the market's been higher. Been a couple of days of pause since we rallied. The rally started on July the 5th or 6th. And definitely pointed higher. Again, I don't have I really don't want to sell it. I can sell it. So failure to take out and hold 75 is going to be the first resistance point. 79.81 and be sell 2. And we'll play for a 10 to 12 point range for the day session wherever the opening is. I think the open, putting a scoop order out there 9 points below wherever the opening happens to be. Probably won't fill it, but would be a reasonable play. 69.71 by 1, it is support. 65.67 by 2. We've got Draghi's comments. Jobless claims 246. Philly Fed 22. LAI plus 0.4. And Nat Gas plus 39B. Focus Draghi's comments and Philly Fed. Okay, going to take a bit to get stuff up and spread around where it needs to go. Be with you after that is up. We'll be up there for the Pat statistics on the bond. Back with you in a bit.